What a beautiful day. Oh, lucky me. I got DaVinci. It's a good time to be alive. All right, so let's edit this short clip on object removal and patch replacer. This is the process. Let's get into it. Okay, so we are here in DaVinci. I just dragged in my B-roll clips. Let's put them into the B-roll folder. B-roll. This is my A-roll. A-roll. Okay, so the clip should start with what a beautiful day. Oh. Let's watch this moment. Oh shit, lucky me, I got DaVinci. All right, and the second one was beautiful. Oh, let's see this one. What a beautiful day. Oh shit, lucky me, I got DaVinci. And the first one again. The first one has a nicer shit on my hat. This is the first one, this is the second one, this is the first one. It's a nicer lump, so let's go with this one. So click on the clip, create new timeline, master cut. Right, use project settings. I always check my format. So the clip was shot at 30 frames. Okay, first we're gonna start with HD, and then we're gonna change this timeline into 4K before exporting, okay? Or before coloring. So create timeline. Okay, that already exists, right? Because I already created it. Okay, fine. Master cut 2. Okay, so here's the clip. Let's zoom in. What a beautiful day. Oh shit, lucky me, I got DaVinci. Boom. Here we should have the B-roll begin, okay? So I go to B-roll. Let's see if they are in the right order. So you click on the clip name here to get them in the order. Let's go back to thumbnail view. Double click on this. This is where your clip is. So I always like to start with my studio view. Also, it's nice to edit in portrait mode. That's how the final product is gonna look like. So let's go to the portrait mode. And you press this little button, expand view, to see the clip in full view. Okay, so basically, basically, inside DaVinci, you grab a short clip. I'm just dragging video. Okay, I need to extend this. Around here, rotation. I shoot quickly, so I'm not worried about leveling too much. I just level later. Because it's shot in 4K, you can zoom in easily. That's the advantage. Okay, so first is patch replacer, which is in the free version. So let's find all the patch replacer clips first. Okay, so this is the... Yeah, you navigate your clip. Okay, patch replacer. Okay. Then next is your fit. Move this is your Dallas. This is basically a tracking. The tracking bit. Track it. Tracking bit I can use for both, in both clips, both times.
Track it.
So I'm gonna take that. Then this is the node shot. See the way it's on the side here? You can position it in the middle for a nice vertical view.
Your placer, you drag it on you.
So this is
You find patch replacer.
patch replacer. Okay, good. I need that. What else we got here? I click and press F to see more of this clip's info. Oh yeah, here. So that's, now I need to go to,
First, shake.
okay, let's just find them all.
Good. Object. We'll bring that up.
Object removal. Let's take that.
Object removal on your node.
This is the object removal. Let's just mark it so I know which is which. Let's mark it yellow. And let's command copy option V to paste all the attributes. Oh, that's weird. Oh, okay, right. So let's zoom into this. Command C, option V. I just pasted from this clip to this clip. That same transform settings. That's what I did there. Okay, so what else we got? We got this B-roll clip where I search. Okay, so mark in point.
That's your node. Go patch replacer.
And take that. Okay, we're gonna
drag it.
And then patch replacer appears. Great. Let's drag that in here. Let's command minus sign to basically zoom in and zoom out of your timeline. Okay, so this is your, what was this? Your patch replacer. Okay, patch replacer. Was there anything else in this clip? Press F to see more inside this clip. Nothing there. Okay, let's go in my media pool and see my next clip. So object. So let's start where before the cursor appears on the screen, mark in point, click on that, object removal. We take object removal. I mark it yellow. Now let's see what else was there. Okay, so there were some settings that I've changed on object removal, so maybe we can use that, but I can see it's out of focus, so let's see if I shot that again. I did. So in the next clip, I have the moment where I'm changing the settings. I'm gonna start from just as it appears, and then I go to the settings. Let's just make sure we see everything on the screen. Down to 15, and then scene analysis, and then I press build clean plate. Okay, good. Well, we'll need this clip. Let's make it yellow. Now let's make this visible. Now, so we use circular window for our patch replacer. Right, that goes here. Don't worry, the full screen I'm gonna fix later. And then there is nothing here, no. And then here, for the object removal, I use the curve tool. So
I pick curve tool.
Let's pick the curve tool. And that is our next clip. Okay, and then further I do tracking, so that can come in useful as well.
Tracker.
Tracking.
And then track it.
Boom. All these clips can be useful. This is basically picking out in and out points of clips, so it's the rough part. And as you can see, everything is log at the moment, log view. S-log3, this is what I'm using. So next clip is, so this is the patch replacer.
This is patch first method. Draw your shape.
Patch replacer. This is the rough shape.
This finds a good place on the hat. Somewhere around there.
That's okay. So that. Okay, and then the next part is I drag the Windows shape to track it.
Drag a window.
This is where I track the window. Okay, probably I should see also how it's tracked.
Then you track it.
Yeah. We will delete this middle part because I'm gonna show the track button in the middle here, so I don't need that. Let's delete the middle. Let's see what else was here. Okay, so this is patch replacer. So I'm gonna draw a shape around my face, my shit, not my face, my shit here.
Draw a shape around your shit.
My shit, okay, good. This is the color yellow. Now let's see, and then it's
Scene analysis. Build up.
Okay, the scene analysis thing.
Build clean plate.
And then it builds the clean plate. Good. Okay, and this is where I throw on the LUT. Okay, it looks pretty bad because I...
And there it is.
Okay, that's fine. Fine. Now let's see, yellow. What else we got here? We got this little tool, but I think this was better. Yeah, this is just me showing how I pick the tools. Open Effects Overlay and Windows. Okay, good. All right, this can be useful too. All right, that's it. That's all the necessary shots I need. So yeah, just to let's copy the transform settings from this clip. Command C, and I highlight all the clips, Option V, and then you click all video attributes, apply, and all the clips will have the right zoom, the right shape. Okay, now the next part is to build the structure. To build the structure. So let's see. Let's also create. I enable view guides in order to have this little cross in the middle. It's the center button because I like to use it so I can just center my face. My nose goes right there. Even slightly to the right because I'm kind of looking this way a bit, so my face should be slightly to the right. Okay, so this is...
What a beautiful day. Oh shit, lucky me, I got DaVinci.
Boom. And then I should start talking here. So this is my timeline. I got the clips here. First, we're gonna use the patch replacer. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So it begins with, right, that's that clip. Hold on, let's put all these, let's delete the gaps because this is our second method. Yellow clips, and the blue clips is our first method. Now, we should start with a search bar. We enter DaVinci color page. Let's enter DaVinci color page in this first clip. So I'm using shortcut T to enter trim mode, and then see these two arrows left and right. I can move the clip and I can see the information inside the clip as it's moving, and I'm watching this top window, and I'm waiting for a moment where it changes from edit page to color page. So about here, boom, it changes from edit page to color page. Probably I should say in my voiceover, this first option is a patch tool, and it's for free DaVinci users, but first we need to enter the color page in order to change it. So we enter the color page, well, or we can even, okay, I shifted this clip. This is one of my favorite shortcuts, by the way, where I press Command Shift and the two brackets. This is like one of my most used shortcuts in the whole of DaVinci. I love this thing because, you know, my old method was drag the clip up, bring that here, bring that down. That's so slow. But if you go Command Shift and brackets, you can just shift your clip anywhere you want. Okay, so let's start with, so here. So this is highlight my clip. I don't even need this. I start right away with, okay, let's enter the color page. We search. Okay, right away. So again, I'm on a trim edit mode here. You go to the edge of the clip and you just trim it where you think the clip should start. You can press dash to preview the edit. I don't know, it's like 3 seconds before the clip begins. So it will scan over that edit point. So it goes in there, and then I type in patch. Let's position this clip in a better position. Patch, and boom. We move it. Then I'm gonna see what is our next clip. Should be this clip. Boom. Adding the patch tool to the node. Next is we want to see the work. So this is what our patch tool gives us. It gives us these big round circles. So we go here. This I might speed up because it's a short, it's an Instagram short, so we want to speed it up a bit. So I press R, I bring up my change clip speed, and I'm just gonna experiment. I'm gonna speed this up to, you can say, ripple timeline, so all the clips will move as it's getting shorter. Let's go with 600% first. Let's see how fast it is. Boom. This is where I'm, okay, let's trim, let's push that. Boom. Yeah, okay, so I minimize that. Let's make it even longer. Okay, here. All right, now, next thing is we are going to choose the window in order to track that mask. Let's bring our window, this is on the same clip, so let's bring it back to normal speed. Okay, let's bring it back to normal speed. Trim. Boom. 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 And then we just want to press track. Boom. We track it. We track it. This is where it's tracking. And then finally, I show the, I think it's here. I'm showing the way it looks with a lot, right? So hold on, I have to drag my lot on the node. I think it's here. So let's, okay, so I hold Option and I drag this clip to basically duplicate this clip, because this is where the other information that I need is. I think I create a second node here. Let's press F and C.
Circle. Window.
Yes, I create a second node. So I press in point there.
Option S.
Option S to create a second node. And I'm dragging a lot here. Okay, so that's, I want to show that. So I drag that in here. This is Option Y to mark everything to the right, by the way. All the clips. So, okay, great. So let's put
a node and you drag your lot over it.
Okay, good. Now let's have a look. And the way my portrait changes as I drag the lot onto the clip is in this clip here. So we need that portion. There's the lot changing. So it starts with no lot. Let's move it back there. So where does the lot change? There. we want to see just as we drop it, the lot changes. And then, yeah, we will preview that in the, I will render out a clip of this preview, and yeah, we'll just see. Okay, and now I have to quickly put together the second method. Second method is, I'm just going to begin with search bar. It's called object removal. I drag it onto the node. Where is my node? Okay, let's see, where's my node? Where's my node? Oh, wait a minute. Did I shoot that in here? Maybe I did. Just gonna look up here, I think. Yeah, object removal. So up here in the media pool, you can find your clips too, so I'm just gonna drag it from there. Object removal. Yeah, okay, so there it is. Let's apply.
Removal on your node.
Okay, right, I forgot. So basically, the object removal thing begins with, first I need to draw the shape around my hat. That's why it wasn't there. Okay, so okay, bring the curve tool. Yes. So I select the curve tool and I draw a nice shape around my shit. Then I think I'm tracking it, right? I think I'm tracking it. Then I track it. I track it. Once it's tracked, I go right. Once it's tracked, I type object removal. I drag it on my node.
Object removal on your object removal on your node.
And then I use these, and these settings appear. Object removal settings appear. I change analysis boundary to 15. I press scene analysis. I press scene analysis. Okay, hold on, scene analysis. Let's cut this. Option B is to cut it. That disappears. I go down to dash to preview, build clean plate. Here it's building clean plate. And then to get the final result, I need to drag the lot. Again, I'm going to take this one. Just going to drag this same lot here. I drag I add a lot, and let's just go to the place where we can see as the lot is changing. Boom. And there it is. Okay, we don't need that. Okay, let's see now. So our clip is roughly, let's just check, this is HD. Let's check the pace of the clip.
Lucky me, I got DaVinci.
Okay, so enter patch replacer, drag it on your node. You got the patch replacer windows. You mask out, sample the thing, then you track it with the windows. You add patch replacer. Wait, what? That was, why am I adding patch replacer again? I already added patch replacer here. Right, see, this clip is not needed. I basically create a second node and I drag my lot and it changes to nice black shot. Okay, the second method is for the second method, let's extend this clip. For the second method, we use curve tool. We draw the shape around our shit. This is probably too long, so let's extend this to 200%. Track it. Search for object removal. Drag and drop on the node. You click bring down analysis, scene analysis. You got that, then you build a clean plate. Boom. And the last step is you put a lot on and boom. It looks decent. And then there is the end, the very last line. The last line is here.
It's a good time to be alive.
This is a good one. So basically, there's gonna be a sound effect of a bird flying, and I get scared, I duck in, and then I take out imaginary gun and I shoot 3 times towards the bird, and I'm gonna add the gunshot. So that's just kind of funny ending. Obviously nobody was hurt, okay? Okay, so let's just, I think the last one was good.
It's good to be alive. It's a good time to be alive.
Or this first one was good.
It's a good time to be alive.
This is a good one. I have a funny expression here. Let's start here.
It's a good time to be alive.
All right, perfect. Now let's drag that in at the end. Okay, and now, basically now next part is recording voiceover, where I explain each part. So yeah, I'm gonna use my my other mic. It has a nicer sound. So this is basically where I place my mic stand. I have my fancy violet mic here. Ooh, this is like Pulp Fiction. There it is. Shout out to my good friend Matis for bringing this from Miami. This was actually his, I think, grandfather or great-grandfather who was making these. Real G. So thanks, man, for hooking me up with this vintage microphone. I'm using it all the time now. Love it. So I attach it here on this crazy stand. Screw it in there. Let's put the box away. I got my cable plugged in my sound card, which is a complete 6 sound card. Nothing fancy, but it does the job. Plug that in here. Turn on phantom power. Okay. Right. So this is how I'm sitting. My screen is there. Mic. I know that I should be always keeping the distance, the width of my fist. So I always put a fist here, and I know exactly the distance from the mic. Otherwise, if I don't measure it, sometimes I'm too close and it pops, or it's a bit louder, or it's a bit more quiet if I'm from a distance. So you always use your fist to measure. That way you'll always have the same consistency of the levels of the sound, unless you shout or something. Okay. Actually, well, it's a good practice to have a pop filter here too, in case there's pop spits in different words, but I'm a bit lazy and yeah, it's fine usually. All right, so now I'm gonna figure out a little voiceover for each thing, and I'm not gonna bore you with that, but we're gonna return to this tutorial when I figure out what I'm gonna say on each piece of clip. Ah, what a beautiful day. Oh shit, lucky me, I got DaVinci. Okay, now let's see if this audio is good enough. Since it's myself that I'm dubbing, I'm kind of okay at timing this stuff. Let's mute this track and let's listen back. Ah, what a beautiful day. Oh shit, lucky me, I got DaVinci. I mean, I nailed that, guys. I nailed it. Right, let's see the very end. Do I need to dub anything here? Let's apply the settings here. Position. Unmute. It's a good time to be alive. Ah, it's a good time to be alive. Okay, let's see. It's a good time to be alive. I don't know if I nailed this one. It's a good time to be alive. It's a good time to be alive. Well, it's a good time to be alive. To be alive, I should kind of speed it up. Let's try again. It's a good time to be alive. Okay, I should sort of, you know. Okay, let's see. It's a good time to be alive. Time to be alive. Time to be alive. Okay, I mean, that's okay. All right, let's move this up and delete this so it's not messing with our head. Right, so I prepared some lines over this, so I'll just record it all in one go. I'll try. All right, so I'm back. I kind of speeded up the part where I was just recording voiceover and layering the sound under the video. So now there we have it. Shift Z to have the whole timeline within the viewing range. And yeah, you have all the voiceover here, and it's nicely under the clips.
What a beautiful day.
We need a bird poop sound.
Oh shit. Lucky me. I got DaVinci.
So we need
What a beautiful day.
birds chirping. Okay, so I'm gonna go into free sound. You can download free sounds on Freesound. So let's create a new bin, SFX, and let's import media. Week 4, bird shit, sound effects. Let's import all these open into here. So first we have an angry bird. So maybe that one we'll have here. Then we have angry seagull. We have a bird taking off. Maybe it starts here. Okay, let's see this one. So this is just a forest sound, which is nice to have as our ambience.
What a beautiful day.
And then we have a bird take off and a shit.
What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day.
I think it should just be bird shit. Where is our bird shit?
What a beautiful day.
Let's see how this sounds.
What a beautiful day.
Maybe that's the gunshot. It's the gunshot. This one is good, I think. Let's maybe combine them.
Beautiful day.
Let's disable this.
Day.
Yeah, this is good. Let's turn this down. You can bring down the volume here.
Day. Oh shit.
Okay, let's turn these guys down.
Lucky me. I got DaVinci.
Okay, great. So now, that's okay, right?
What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. Oh shit. Lucky me. I got DaVinci. There are.
Let's fade that out here. Okay, that's all right, right?
What a beautiful day.
Maybe we turn it up a bit more to just somewhere -2.
Beautiful day.
Okay, and because it's slightly on the right side of the screen, you can click on audio file and just pan it slightly. So it comes from that side. Okay, so let's go here.
Good time to be.
Okay, so that's kind of gonna shape out funny, I think. Let's see. Bring the Foley underneath.
It's a good time to be alive. It's a good time to be alive.
That's great. And I just shoot. That's great. Now I need those 3 gunshots. Let's see, where did I have those 3 gunshots? This was a nice sound. Let's bring it underneath. And I also had a reload. Where was the reload? Shooting range, gunshot, point blank, reloading. That's gonna shape out nicely, I think. Let's bring it here. And let's change slightly the noise, and also because you can see first I'm looking to the left side of the screen, so you want this, select this audio and pan it slightly to the left. This one stays in the middle at 0, and then this one you can pan it right. This one should come earlier. We nudge it with our arrows back and forward. Okay, it should be a bit later. This should be here. And this should be here. So let's see. And we can add last one with the bullet. Where was that one with the bullet? The last one we add the bullet to the last one. So let's just use Shift and then Option arrow down to bring all those clips perfectly down. So Shift drag to increase the size of these waves. We're just going to use the bullets falling. Okay, great. I think that looks pretty good. What do you think? Let's see.
So fancy object removal has some issues. Maybe I did it wrong. It's a good time to be alive.
I mean, it's pretty good, right?
What a beautiful day. Oh shit. Lucky me. I got DaVinci. There are a few different...
Okay, so now what I would do is I would go to timeline up here. So I would mark the clip, out point, so mark the whole clip. Now it's time to add subtitles. So timeline, AI tools, create subtitles from audio. Usually I have about 10 characters per line. Because it's a vertical screen, you don't want too many characters in the line and you want them pretty big, so 10 is about the characters that I want. It's the right amount of characters. Okay, let's see. All right, now this is your subtitle track here. So you got all the subtitles here. you click on one of them, and then here you can see all the names. Basically, you can edit each word and in each subtitle here. And here is the track where you can change the font, the size, the color. I always drop shadow and so on. But I already done a preset, these three dots, subtitle load preset. You can save track presets here. So I load the preset and I have this nice Open Sans extra bold italic font that I like, and it has a bit of drop shadow so it stands out in case there's a white background. So the shadow around the font will just make it stand out better. Well, now I will basically go through all of these subtitles and make sure they correspond with my audio. And I will see you on the other side. Okay, so subtitles are done. Now let's move into slow zooms, okay, just to make it a bit more fancy. So this shot is quite static, so what I would do is I would click on the clip, press dynamic zoom, and I would swap so it zooms in. If I unswap, it zooms out. I want to swap to zoom in. And it's moving too fast for my liking. So you press this dynamic zoom here, and then you will have this box on the screen. And this red box is basically where the zoom begins. And it will zoom out to the green box. But the bigger the gap between these two blocks, the kind of farther the zoom. So if the clip is short, you don't want this box to be that big, you want it to be smaller. So drag it out to make it smaller, and watch now.
There are a few different ways to remove objects. First, we will try
much better. Now, next, I will also swap, click here, make it about the same.
Patch replacer tool.
And see the way the screen is kind of small. If you check this box, it becomes normal again.
Patch replace.
See, there was a shake at the beginning of this clip, so what I would do is I would go to stabilization and I would stabilize. So there's no
patch replacer tool available in DaVinci Free.
No shake on that clip. Okay, this is okay. Maybe we can also do a small, tiny zoom here. A very small.
Drag it on your node to insert.
And this one as well. See, if you move this yellow block, just Command Z to get it back. Try to hit this point in order to move it perfectly.
Will appear. Resize them until the disappears. Then.
Okay, good. Now let's dynamic zoom. Again, undo that.
Then.
That's way too fast. Make it much shorter.
Then you...
Basically, on these small ones, I would just disable it. I mean, they're too short.
Use power window and track the movement of the patch replacer.
Maybe this one we can have, because it's a longer clip.
The movement.
Even slower.
Of the patch.
I like things subtle, you know.
Another node.
And this one also was a little bit shaky, so let's stabilize. Let's create dynamic zoom, swap.
Add another node and drag.
Okay, good. We get the point. And this one too. Okay, so here the same.
Method number 2. Select curve tool.
Dynamic zoom, swap.
Draw a shape around the shit.
It's too big. By the way, I took out bits of me saying S word just because I did a bit of research, and TikTok and Instagram might kind of lower my reach if I leave those words in. So I changed letters on this word, and I also just removed the sound a little bit. It's still there, you still get it, but
Track it.
It's no big deal.
Then
I mean, I'm kind of trying to make a living doing this, so I rather do everything in my power to be able to do that. I see this one was shaking, so let's stabilize.
Drag it over.
Let's just stabilize this one too.
Your node. Bring an out.
Let's dynamic zoom this shot. I can already see by the length of it that it's pretty long, and if the shot is long, it's nice to have a little movement in it.
Plus this boundary down to around 15. Then click scene analysis and build clean plate. Drag.
Maybe we just zoom this shot in a bit so it's a bit different. This was shaking, stabilize this one. Let's see.
Over second node, and you have the.
Okay, let's just zoom in this one.
The final result. Let's A/B test. This is patch replacer. This is object removal. Okay, so fancy object removal.
I did extra voiceover here because this object removal, I don't know, it maybe didn't work out. Maybe I should have messed around with it more. I'm sure it works if you do it right. It didn't work out for me, so I thought I'd just leave it there. You know, nobody's perfect. It's good to show that I'm making mistakes, not all tools are perfect. As you can see here, this is the free version patch replacer. And it's flawless. I mean, it looks great. And then this is, sorry. So this is object removal, which is the fancy studio version thing. And this is patch replacer. I mean, look at that. That's perfect. Object removal, patch replacer. Free version, studio version. So yeah, I mean, not always you want fancy stuff. Sometimes you can ride just fine a nice bicycle. You don't need a Ducati or a Kawasaki.
Maybe I did it wrong. It's a good time to be alive.
This one turned out good, right? Okay, so usually I have this logo at the beginning, DaVinci logo, and the name of the tool that I'm going to use. So since I don't have it in this project, I will go to another project and I'm going to copy it from there. This is actually cool because in DaVinci you can just go to another project, open another project, literally grab this logo with the text and also the sound of the text, copy, just Command C, and then go into this little house symbol, and then you go back to the tutorials. Which one was this? Beginner. Wait a minute. Beginner? No. Oh wait, it was, I'm lost. Studio, and it was this tutorial. Okay, so, and look, I just Command V. And this logo just appears here, which is great. I'm gonna say patch or patch replacer or object removal. I'm just going to call it that. And you can line spacing, so you can make it smaller, so it just kind of falls in here better, or better like this. That's okay. I mean, it's no big deal.
What a beautiful day.
Yeah, I love this thing. Okay, so another thing that I would do is I would sort out the sound a little bit. I'm pressing Option up arrow to move these clips. So, you know, sometimes you can just drag them like this, but they will move perfectly up and down if you highlight them, press Option, and just with arrows you can just jump up and down the tracks like this. I don't know, I got used to that way of moving the tracks. It's more precise and it's convenient. So, right, let's move all the voiceover stuff in the first track, and we will call it VO for voiceover. Second, I always put music, and then my my other tracks, let's increase the size here. My other tracks go, so music, and then the rest of these are basically SFX, SFX2, and so on. Okay, so let's go Shift 7 into Fairlight page. Here is the Fairlight page. All this stuff I mostly don't use. All I'm doing is I'm using this mixer channel. So you pull it out by dragging, and here you have all the audio tracks. I hold Shift and drag my trackpad to change the size of these audio waves, basically. So let's see. Shift Z to move the whole sequence inside the timeline view here. So corresponding, if you click here and highlight the track, it will highlight on this side too, so you can see music, see the way it highlights here, so it's kind of easier to navigate which one is which here, which corresponds to which. So for instance, usually this is my voiceover. Okay, so first thing that I will do is I will highlight them all, and I will go, okay, I don't know actually how to do it here. I'm just kind of lazy that way, but what I do, let's go back to Edit. Again, let's highlight all my voiceover tracks, and right click, I go to Clip Attributes, I go to Audio, and it says stereo here, and there's two channels. I always change this to one, left and right is on one first channel, so it kind of creates a mono file. And I find it that it's more in the center of both speakers because it's mono. It sounds better on the phone and everything, you know, so I just create all those files as mono files, and I always click on a different random file and just go and check that it's also changed.
First, we will...
And yeah, the sound is kind of more in the middle. For the effects here, I leave them stereo because they can be, you know, as you saw before, I was panning the gunshots from left to right. So you should have stereo on if you want to do that. Okay, let's go back into Fairlight page and I will show you what I'm doing here. So basically highlight the voiceover track, and what I usually do here is I click this voice isolation. I think this is only available in studio version. And the settings here are basically how much you want to apply that. I mean, somewhere around 50 is okay. Like, you don't want to go too high, too low. It's just not going to do anything, but somewhere around 50 is good. Basically what it does, it just isolates your voice from all kinds of outside sounds. I have a street over here. Sometimes there's cars passing or some neighbors banging something on the wall. So I just isolate those sounds, and then the voice becomes kind of more, it has more studio sound. Right. So, and then I usually go to dynamics. This is compression. I usually use dialogue leveler soft knee. It just brings lows higher and highs lower, so it kind of balances out the audio. And then in EQ, I double click here and I usually just press dialogue male lavalier finisher. So this is like lavalier mic finisher. So it kind of bumps up the low end. It gives more depth in the low end and just makes it a little more crispy in a high end. And that's about it for the voiceover. Sometimes if some sounds are too low, you would go in and just, you know, press Option and create these little nodes and just drag things down or up individually if you want to just kind of...
Then use power window and...
Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. Okay, so all these SFX tracks I would... so this I just want to demonstrate quickly. See up here, there's this K6 Mark II. This is basically my sound card when I was recording the voice. And sometimes you might run into this issue. For instance, you want to enable this voice over isolation here. And you see, you press it and it says routing error. Cannot apply track effects to a channel with an input source. What that means is basically you have to click on this and press no input. And see, now you are able to do it. So just something I was like confused about for a bit there until I figured this out. So just make sure you have no input here so you can enable those settings. Okay, so SFX I would just bring down. Just generally, I would just bring them down a bit, like minus whatever, -4. And then, you know, individually, if something's too loud, you just... That's great. So now just, yeah, basically I would add music. So I'm actually also a music producer. I'm doing music in Ableton Live, and I love creating some music as well. Actually, that's how I got into music. I wanted to create my own sound for my films, for my videos. I didn't want to fight the copyright thing and didn't want to pay for subscription, so I decided to do it myself. So I'm gonna use my own tracks here. Actually, all my short videos have, it's all my music, so it's a nice thing to have, you know, rights-free music. So let's have a listen to some of these songs. This is a good track. Okay, let's use this track. Double click. Okay, there's the track. We pull it into this line here. As you remember, it said music, so let's just...
Wow, what a beautiful day. Wow, what a beautiful day. Oh, lucky me, I got DaVinci. There are a few different ways to remove objects. First,
all right, cool. Obviously it's too loud, so we go back to Fairlight page, and usually around 18.
First, we will try Patch Replacer tool, available in DaVinci free version.
So it doesn't get into the way of your audio. You don't want it to be too loud. You kind of want it to be quiet. because
Select curve tool, draw a shape around
what
it,
I'm saying is kind of
track it,
more important
then
than
search for object removal, drag it over.
maybe even a bit more. I would even say maybe 20. Some people bring it down to 25.
Bring analysis back. It's a good time to be alive.
Let's.
Maybe I did it wrong. It's a good time to be alive.
That's great. Yeah, that's it. And here at the end, I just wanted to write in like a little text where I just say, actually, let's go into effects. Effects, titles. Let's go to text plus. I will show you my favorite extra bold italic. Let's make it a bit bigger. And this is a cool effect, a write-on effect. So let's write the text. No animal was harmed during the shoot. So write-on effect, we want to things start here. So we pull it all the way down. You click here to add the node, and then let's go halfway and you just drag it all the way, and then it will appear as if it's writing. So here. Great. Yeah, that's it. Now we are gonna go into color page. But before that, you have to disable your proxies. And so, because you want to have the best possible quality. And you also want to go here into your timeline settings, which is master cut here. And then you go to timeline settings. And you want to change your resolution to 4K. Right. Now I have very sharp footage, and yeah, I press Shift 6. Short interruption. I just created the mini class on Optical Flow, the Flying Bunny, and there's a link in description if you want to check it out. You can pay what you want for it. Anything to keep me going, I will greatly appreciate. Thank you. And I enter my Z to make sure this viewer screen fits perfectly in the place. And here you got all the clips, and you want to, well, what I usually do is I mark all the clips. You can see these are already colored. These are the A/B test clips that I did, so I just leave them like that. But see all the kind of faded ones, which are log clips. I usually select them, right click on the clip, and then add into the group. Now all these clips are in a group. So if I will change something up here, group, see group, post clip. So if I'll change something here, all the clips will have that change applied. I really like groups. Let's enable gallery view. And yeah, basically this is my lot. Apply grade. I don't want this slot to be applied. I want to go here and apply this slot. No, it's too dark. Let's do a quick yeah, basically this is the color space transform where I change from Sony S-Log to DaVinci Wide Gamut Space, and then this is the output node from DaVinci Wide Gamut Space to Rec 709, which is the regular viewing gamma out color space for all the screens out there in the world. And then in the middle I got simple balance node in the HDR window, and under these three dots you can change color space to Sony S-Gamma 3 Cine, and basically then this window kind of becomes your it kind of move when you move the exposure here, it sort of moves the exposure up and down as if it was moving ISO in the camera, so it's kind of more rawish. I mean, I don't know science behind it, but that's what they say. So do what we do what they say. Anyway, so yeah, I just kind of scrub through the clips. This is nice and dark. I like it. Nice and sharp. So waveform looks pretty good. Let's just look through the clips that they look nice, and maybe this one, let's go into here. Here you can move, here you can change individual parameters of your clips. This looks a bit, just a bit bright. This one looks a bit bright. Let's move down the shadow parameter here. Let's just take this and copy paste this into these bright clips. I'm a dark person. I mean, I'm not a dark person, it's just I like black and I like dark lights and stuff, so that's just how I like things. So I hope you're having a good time with me here. So yeah, I mean, that's it. This is how I do color. I can just quickly say this is probably the secret that everybody wants to know. If you got this far in the video, then you'll know it now. So see this node, it says sharp. Basically, this is how the sharpness is created in my clips. Let's find a nice clip here where I'm kind of looking up. Looking kind of tired. But that's good, that's what I wanted. So look, I will disable this node, and look, see, it just becomes sharper, and sharp settings are here in the blur. And you just want to move this down to 46. 46 is the magic number, I think, for TikToks and Instagrams and all those shorts, because it's in your phone. And yeah, you just want stuff to pop. So I think 46 is the magic number. Yeah, and then another thing that I do is I sometimes do noise reduction. And I usually do it in group pre-clip, which is, so this is your clip, changes the individual clip. This is the post clip. This is the pre-clip. So basically applies no noise reduction before your corrections, color corrections. Again, I'm not big into science, but I've learned that before, that that's a good way to do it, so that's what I'm doing. And it works. So, and then you go here, motion effects, temporal noise 3, Here I add 4, and here I add 4, and this is good enough for noise reduction without like taking away the sharpness of the image, because you don't want to see. You can see here, I mean, it's pretty clean. You can even take it down a bit less, because you know you want to have that noise. Like, you don't want to completely remove that noise because it affects your sharpness, it affects your image. Right, and now let's go back to check if this is all marked. I go to the end of the clip, I press O for out point. All these clips are here, voice is here, noise is here, everything is here, subs are there. Okay, and then you go to Shift 8. I'm gonna check if that camera is recording. Still recording. Okay, good. So we finally got to the delivery page. This is where I'm exporting my clip. So let's call it patch and object. Patch and object. Okay, browse. Let's put it inside it's a weird place, but here I have all my shorts saved, so I'm just gonna patch object. Okay, save. Then I change format to MP4, codec to H.264, timeline resolution is 4K, that's perfect, frame rate is correct, and then quality I would change for 4K resolution files to 35,000 kbs. That's what I do usually. And then down here, because we got subs, you want to click subtitle settings, and you want to export subtitles, but not as a separate file. You want to burn in the video, burn into the video. So, and then that's it. Add to render queue. File appears here, and you press render. There it is. Well, thanks for watching, sticking around to the end. Hope you enjoyed it. This is how I create videos for my Instagram and TikTok. And if you enjoyed it, please comment, share, like, subscribe, all that stuff. And also don't forget to check out my mini class. There's a link in the description. See you later.